Presidential election tomorrow. Voting to take place at Sangsad Bhavan from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Presidential election would be held through transparent process, holds Chief Election Commissioner. New journey of democracy to begin with presidential election, says Chief Whip after meeting of ruling party lawmakers. ECNEC approves 10 projects including rehabilitation and strengthening rural road project involving total estimated cost of 9,333 crore taka. No government restrictions on independent journalism, says Information and Broadcasting Minister, urges everyone to remain cautious about yellow journalism. Donald Trump announces all talks with Taiwan suspended until an agreement reached. And Bangladesh team preparing in Mackay ahead of second test against Australia. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is Upama Shah with you, welcoming you to the news at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details. Election of country's 23rd president will be held tomorrow. Voting will be held from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at meeting room of Sangsad Bhavan. Voting will take place in the presidential election for the first time in 35 years as more than one candidate is contesting the post. Among two candidates, one candidate is BNP Secretary General and Local Government Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, nominated by BNP and its like-minded parties. Colonel retired Dr. Uli Ahmed is other candidate nominated by 11-party alliance comprising Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami and other parties. A total of 349 members of parliament are eligible to vote in the presidential election. Vote counting will begin immediately after 5 p.m. once polling ends, and Chief Election Officer for the presidential election and Chief Election Commissioner CEC AMM Nasiruddin will officially announce the results. Meanwhile, CEC said that no election campaigning will be allowed inside the House on the day of the presidential election. He made the remarks while speaking to journalists at his office at the Election Commission headquarters in Agargaon, Dhaka today. The CEC also briefed the media in detail on the legal and institutional preparations for holding the election. He said that maintaining the environment and rules inside the Parliament building is the responsibility of the Speaker and is governed by the Parliament's own regulations. However, no form of election campaigning will be permitted inside the House on polling day, he added. The CEC also dismissed reports that the Election Commission would incur excessive of crores of taka in additional expenses for the presidential election, calling such reports nothing more than rumors. CEC said that all necessary arrangements have been made to ensure a smooth election through coordination among the Election Commission, the Parliament Secretariat and other relevant stakeholders. A meeting of the ruling Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP Parliamentary Party was held today. Prime Minister and Leader of the House Tariq Rahman presided over the meeting. The meeting took place in the ruling party members' room at Jatiyo Sangsad Bhavan in the afternoon. Members of the parliament from ruling party were present at the meeting held ahead of tomorrow's presidential election. After the meeting, Chief Whip Nurul Islam Muni briefed the journalists. He said that all activities related to the presidential election have been undertaken. Chief Whip said Election Commission and Parliament had decided to broadcast live the voting process from 5 minutes before voting begins. The voting of the Honorable President, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Prime Minister, Leader of the Opposition and our presidential candidate Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir will be shown live, he said. He said the proceedings would then be recorded and live broadcasting would be resumed 5 minutes before the conclusion of voting. The announcement of the election results would also be broadcast live. Nurul Islam Moni said, "Nation will see a historic moment tomorrow. A new journey of democracy will begin." ECNEC has approved 10 projects including rehabilitation and strengthening rural road involving a total estimated cost of 9,333 crore 58 lakh taka. The approval was given at ECNEC meeting held at the NEC conference room at Shere Bangla Nagar in Dhaka today. ECNEC chairman and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman chaired the meeting. Among the projects, there are 6 new ones and 4 revised ones. Among the 10 projects approved at meeting are replacement and reconstruction of unusable structures at Dhaka Medical College, construction of 19 modern hostel buildings for students of 10 medical colleges, second revised, capacity development for smart maintenance technology of bridges under Roads and Highways Department in Bangladesh, protecting Lalmonirhat Shodor Upazila from erosion along the right bank of the Dharla River, strengthening the coastal embankment at Bashbaria Ferryঘাট in Sitakundo of Chattogram, strengthening the capacity of the Department of Livestock Services, third revised, construction of a 100 megawatt solar power plant at Madarganj in Jamalpur, second revised, and expansion and strengthening of electrical infrastructure in the DESCO area of Dhaka, first revised. ECNEC further approved infrastructure development project for Ramu cantonment under the Ministry of Defence. After the ECNEC meeting, State Minister for Planning Junaid Abdul Rahim Saki briefed the journalist. The State Minister for Planning said that 4,963 crore 67 lakh taka has been allocated for implementing the rural road rehabilitation and strengthening project. The local government engineering department will implement this project in all upazilas across 64 districts of the country. The State Minister also said that under this project, about 5,223 kilometers of rural roads and 7,000 meters of bridges and culverts will be rehabilitated. He said that the Prime Minister emphasized using modern technology to make rural roads more durable. At the meeting, the Prime Minister Tariq Rahman unveiled the cover of the publication titled 5-Year Strategic Framework for Reform and Development, published by the General Economics Division. Since taking office, the current government has been implementing a series of initiatives to ensure social security. Religious leaders from all faiths have also been brought under the social security framework. Under a government initiative, monthly honorariums have been allocated for mosque imams, muezzins, and caretakers. Religious leaders responsible for temples, Buddhist monasteries, and churches have also been brought under a specific financial support structure. Despite differences in religious identity, this initiative can be seen as a major example of the state treating everyone equally in terms of social security. Those concerned view the government's initiative not merely as financial assistance but also as recognition of the social dignity and security of religious leaders. They also believe the initiative represents an important example of the values of a liberal, democratic, and secular state system. The BNP government is taking various steps to reform the country's healthcare sector. The ruling government faced serious challenges from dengue and measles since taking office. However, it has taken various initiatives to address the broader challenges facing the country's healthcare sector. The health sector received the highest allocation in the current fiscal year's budget. Alongside ensuring primary health care, several initiatives have been taken to provide advanced treatment within the country for patients with serious illness. Plans are also underway to increase the number of beds in government hospitals, set up modern equipment and laboratories, and expand dialysis centers and ICU facilities. Experts said once implemented, these initiatives will improve healthcare services and bring relief to common people. Without proper planning, it is not possible to develop the healthcare sector effectively, they opined. Experts also emphasized the need to curb corruption in the sector to improve the country's healthcare system. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zohiruddin Shapon has said that the current government is working to develop a modern media ecosystem encompassing all platforms including print and electronic media, social media and OTT platforms. Speaking as the chief guest at the 5th founding anniversary of the Journalist Protection and Welfare Foundation at the Information Building in the capital today, the Information Minister said that Bangladesh's media is currently operating more freely than at any other time in the past. He also said there are no restrictions imposed by the government on independent journalism. The Information Minister said that questioning those in power is a fundamental responsibility of journalists. Journalists play an important role in building a healthy society by pointing out the mistakes and shortcomings of politicians. However, he urged everyone to remain vigilant against those who engaged in malpractice in the name of journalism. Invited guests from across the country and journalists working for various media organizations attended the anniversary event of the Journalist Protection and Welfare Foundation. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zohiruddin Shapon said halal food culture and values can become a major asset and source of strength not only for the Muslim world but for the entire human civilization. He made the remarks today while speaking as the chief guest at a seminar titled Think Halal, Grow Global, organized by the Malaysian High Commission at a hotel in the capital. The minister said the growth of halal products is not only a religious or cultural issue, but is also directly linked to the global economy and human welfare. He also said halal food has huge potential in the global market. Malaysian High Commissioner to Bangladesh, Mohammad Shuhada Othman, and Bangladesh-Malaysia Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Anwar Shohid also spoke at the seminar. Top business leaders, investors, entrepreneurs, and representatives from relevant sectors of Bangladesh and Malaysia attended the event. Now, international news.